I will just say this. Kawhi Leonard is the best player in basketball today. I understand what LeBron is
Not
and
gonna
who he
argue with
is,
you.
and I understand what Anthony Davis is and how potent they are together. But LeBron James is, without a doubt, the greatest player of all time that's currently in the NBA. I understand that. But today, the greatest player in the NBA is Kawhi Leonard. The guy is a point forward. The guy is lethal from mid-range. And he is, as you're seeing on the screen, someone who can block a shot of the most dynamic player that the Nuggets have on the floor right now, explosive, dynamic player they have on the floor. He could block a shot with his middle finger. He can anchor a defense from perimeter to the rim. He's a former defensive player of the year who could be every single year. They just don't give it to him anymore because he's won it enough. In the same way that Belichick never can win a Coach of the Year award, right?
Right.
And, Kawhi Leonard is becoming, once again, playoff Kawhi, and playoff P has shown up. Paul George has been remarkable.
Yes.
And they have not only a former defensive player of the year and an MVP in Kawhi Leonard, but they have the last two over a 3-year period, sixth men of the year. Zubac is beginning to play very well. Pat Beverly is becoming healthy. They have a Morris of their own. And they've got Doc Rivers. It's very difficult for me not to, if you will, pull the trigger on this. I think the Clippers are going to win it all. I was planning on saying that today, and I just decided, you know what?
You just came out with it.
I think the Clippers are going to win it all.
I don't think that's a super hot take. I think you should feel real confident about that. They're one of the betting favorites.
It is wide open enough for your Celtics to win this thing.
But it is totally wide open.
But just seeing it last night, and I just think they're a deeper team than the Lakers, and I do think that they will eventually see one another. Obviously, the Rockets took game one over the weekend, and they did it in convincing fashion. But nobody has somebody like Kawhi Leonard on both ends of the floor. And if playoff P shows up the way that he has been showing up, much more comfortable, they're a deep team. I don't even mention Reggie Jackson. I truly like what the Clippers looked like last night, and I know that the Nuggets had a 10-point lead late, but they just turned it on defensively. And Kawhi Leonard is Kawhi Leonard, and I think he's going to win another championship, and I think he's going to win in the bubble, and I think it's going to be the greatest moment in Clippers history. And I know that every single Clipper fan out there is saying you're out of your mind, and I know every Laker fan is out there ready to put their car flags out saying that I've totally lost my mind.
Car flags, yeah.
Let's just get into it, though. If Kawhi wins, right, that's going to be a third championship on a third different team. If he wins Finals MVP, he's the first player to ever win Finals MVP 3 different times on 3 different teams. Is Kawhi suddenly now in the top 12 greatest players ever? If he wins,
I think he's
in top.
I think he would be, sure, of
all time. All time. To take 3 different franchises and be MVP of the finals 3 different times.
In a pandemic and in not.
We're talking Kawhi. We're talking all-time status now for Kawhi.
He is exactly who, the Raptors are missing, obviously. And he is exactly what the Clippers needed. And that you can look at the Clippers team and say what they are would be a team that could maybe make it past the second round without him. He was the gateway to Paul George. He is truly the best player in the NBA today, the most valuable player in the NBA today. And I think he's going to lead the Clippers to a championship. I'm calling my shot right here. And if I'm wrong, write it down. This is the way I kicked off the NFL week. And we'll be talking a ton of NFL on this show today.
12 Pacific.
Exactly. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.